G'day ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Judging by the title, and the reason why you clicked on this video, you can probably notice that the T49A might potentially be making a comeback in World of Tanks Blitz. Now, for those of you who do not know what the T49A is, think the Sheridan missile at tier 8. That's what the T49A was. It was the first of the ATGM tanks, and it was an event tank that you could not necessarily win, but win the opportunity to play for a certain amount of games, or to have in your garage for a certain amount of days before Wargaming would take the tank away from you. That's usually how event tanks were back in the day, where you basically win the tank, but you're basically winning the opportunity to play the tank, and it's loaned out to you, essentially. So, to give you a little context of what the T49A was. It was a T49 that had a secondary shell that was primarily ATGM, was a missile basically. So the heat round was a missile. Then you had your usual HE, but your heat round was a missile. And the way missiles worked back then compared to when the Sheridan came out and the T92A1, whatever it's called, the T9 light tank, those tanks did not have the broken mechanics that the T49A had when that first came out. Now, the T49A on PC was insane. So with PC, you can right-click your mouse to auto-aim on different tanks. And Bushka made an actual tutorial on this, or he made a video on this, where he showcased the differences between how to play the T49A on mobile, and then switch to PC to show just how broken the aiming system is on PC for missiles. Where he would point the gun up, right? He'd point the gun up, he'd shoot, he'd move the mouse down and right-click onto one of the enemy tanks, and the missile would fall down like an artillery and directly hit the top of whatever tank that he's locked onto. And that's how it was. That was literally how it was. For so many games, for the entire event, that's how it was. There were just people spamming this tank on PC. And it was just, you were getting the most insane shots off. It was crazy. There were entire meme videos and funny videos made by, let's say, Timster and SJC Panzer Brigade, which I'll talk about in another video, where they just absolutely demolish other tanks because of the auto-aim function. Now, granted, if the T49A does in fact come back to Blitz as a collector tank, for instance, or something like that, it is not going to have the same crazy aiming ability, I guess, that the missiles had when the T49 first came out. So it's not going to have that anymore. Because if it did, it would be broken. At tier 7, it would be broken. And that was another thing. It was a T49 that was at tier 7. So that was crazy in itself. You had a T49 with a 150mm derp cannon with a missile at tier 7, demolishing every freaking light tank and medium tank and even heavy tanks, for God's sake, at a distance, because you had those missiles. It was insane. It was hilarious. And you know what's even more funny? The fact that you were able to outrun the missile in the T49A. You had the ability to outrun the missile as you fired it. It was hilarious. But again, if the T49A does in fact come, I believe it would probably come in some kind of event. In some kind of event where they reintroduce the tank, and it's a collector tank, and it's a tier 7, and you're only allowed to play it in fun modes, like the Sheridan missile. So just like the Sheridan missile is, that's probably how the T49A is going to come out, as a tier 7 collector tank, and it will only be available in fun modes, which means you can't play it in regular battles or realistic battles, which I think is probably the way Wargaming is going to go about it. And it's probably the best option for that tank that it should come out in. And it's not going to be as broken in terms of the mechanics of aiming as it was back in the day. So that's a plus for me. So if anything, I feel like it's actually a decent addition to have in the game. It's something unique, it's something different that we're going to get. Instead of all these fantasy tanks that we keep getting, it's going to be nice to have something that we had back in the day revived to be brought back. So I think that's awesome to see. So I can't wait to see when and how that is going to happen. But again, at this point it's just pure speculation. But there is a possibility that it might actually show up in Blitz as a collector tank in an event specifically to be played in fun modes only and not in regular battles, just like the Sheridan Missile. So I think that's what's going to happen. Hopefully that does happen, because it will be fun to have the tank back in the game and to have it in my garage again. It would be nice to have it there. Anyway, just a short one today, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below whether or not you want to see the T49A again. Like I said, personally, I'd love to see it again, but Wargaming needs to balance how it's brought back into the game and reintroduced into the game. Anyway, peace in the Middle East. See you guys later. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, let me know in the comments down below what you think, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.
Fast forward to the PC. Aim tank up in the air. Aim gun right up in the air. Auto click, auto aim. Right click, auto aim. Reverse, profit. It's an IS-7. I mean, honest to God, you have got to be freaking kidding me. This is artillery. Now, the big difference between PC and Blitz is that we don't get artillery in Blitz, and it's brilliant because people hate artillery often in PC. There's a famous video of Circon eating cereal while wrecking a team, basically sitting there, and it's a top-down view, and he's just pressing the button, and you know, it's brilliant, and people really don't like it. This is nuts. I can't even see JC Ware, who was in the 047, really from where I'm at, but you know, reverse up, fire it in the air, auto lock, don't even have to have it on him. I mean, it's going to automatically go to him. This is broken for the PC client. JC's popped after I fired the gun. Back it up. No problemo. This is broken. It should never have been released like this, and it